Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube video. Today it's going to be a kind of an update video and showing off a few new materials I just got in. And I didn't plan on doing this video, but since I had nothing to do anyway, I might as well go ahead and do a video for y'all. And here recently, I've been making another Freddy glove. And those who may remember this glove, I made myself. This one has all steel instead of copper. And my buddy and I finally made an agreement, and he paid me the money, and I started working on his. Now, our original plan to cut down cost was to make it out of steel, so that way it would help save the cost. But sadly, when I went to my local hardware store, they didn't have a steel pipe the size I needed, so I had to get a copper one. This one was a lot longer till I used it. And these copper pipes are not cheap. Just two of these was about $15 each. And luckily, my buddy was very reasonable, and he just reimbursed me for the two pipes. So that way I can make it for him. And here's it so far. I've got three of the fingers made. Not bad at all. And it does function, just like the real thing. And the glove is set aside. And I originally was going to finish this today, but what happened is upon making the third one right here, the copper pins that I have to make in order to fit them together, my last belt sander belt broke, so I need to get some new ones. I'll pick some up Tuesday, so until then, all projects are at a halt. But yeah, that is just wicked looking. I love how this is actually now looks a lot like the original glove since this is made from copper instead of steel. Those are awesome. And the blades for this, I actually made out of these very old L brackets. They are metal, just not good to put a blade on, but for stuff like this, they're great. They're thick, so that way they won't bend real easily, and they do feel like you're holding a real weapon. It's not like you're holding something that's not a weapon. And I made this basically the same way I made my glove. And like I said before, what I did is I put pegs on each blade and put a small tang through the finger and peened it flush. So that way it'll permanently lock onto the finger. It won't just pop off when you drop it, because you can't just rely on solder to make a good connection. You always got to have some kind of anchor. These I did the same thing. Put some nice tangs and peened them flush, and then soldered them anyway, because everyone knows in the movies he soldered his fingers on. But it's hard to believe I was actually able to make another one of these, and like I always say, I like stepping outside my comfort zone, and Nightmare on Elm Street was one of my favorite series. And when my buddy came to me with the idea to make his glove, I was very skeptical. I did not know I would be able to make one of these. And like I always say, I don't back down from a challenge, and it turned out awesome. Anyway, there's my buddy's glove. I'll finish the fourth one and then attach it to the glove. This will be the glove I'm using for it. That'll be done. And I decided since I was working on my glove and I was rewatching some of the Nightmare on Elm Streets, I rewatched Freddy vs. Jason, and I figured since I've got his glove, I might as well make Jason's machete from Freddy vs. Jason. So what I did is I picked up a couple of these cheap machetes you can buy at Walmart. These are just really cheap Ozark Trail machetes. These are like $5 a machete, and they're really junk to me. But considering I did not want to make mine from fresh bar stock because it would take a lot more time, I decided to take one of these cheap machetes and modify it. So the first thing I did was bust the handle off, and then here we go. My own replica of Jason Voorhees' machete from Freddy vs. Jason. Now I know the ones in the comments are going to say this thing is actually a lot shorter than the one in the movie. You are correct. It's shorter by a few inches. But the design itself is dead on correct. I used a picture of the one Jason had used in the movie, and I copied the guard just like the one in the movie, and copied the handle exactly right, and wrapped it just like he did in the movie. I would say overall it turned out great. That's the best way to reuse a cheap machete, is make something nice out of it. And this one's for my personal collection. I'll make another one, and my buddy will probably end up buying it from me for his collection. But that's another great project. Well done. Hard to believe you can take something like this and make a nice prop out of it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the cheap sheets. These are what I bought with the machetes, and they are just the flimsiest of flim. I don't know. I'll probably do something with them. I might just throw them away. I don't know. But there's those. And next is those who may remember my good friend at the dump gave me a pair of hedge clippers, so I took the handles and made some decent axes out of them. The axe heads I actually already had. This one I had already shaped. This one I actually made from a circular saw blade. And bolts are holding both of the heads in place. Overall, not a bad project. And then my brother also gave me a axe head, or hatchet head, and I'm trying to debate which design to do. I've got this design on one side, and then a classic Viking style on this side. I haven't decided yet. And then I also finished some file knives. Here's one. Here's two. And here's a third one. This one still needs a few minor touch-ups, but it's basically done. And then last but not least, my brother also gave me some wooden poles. And he also gave me this scraper. I don't exactly know what this is called. But he gave it to me, and I'll make something out of it. I might just heat it up and turn it into an axe. Here's that. Then he also gave me some broomstick handles. And I can always take the free material. Those. Then this one I think is actually a shovel or a rake handle. It's got a different style head. But I'll definitely make something out of it. And then he also gave me a ruler. And this one's actually metal, made in the United States. And I'm debating whether or not just to keep this as is. It's not worth anything. It is made in the U.S. It is old and it is metal. But I'm trying to debate whether or not I should try to make a knife out of this. Or may just keep it around to use. Or make some guards or hilts out of it. I don't know. Anyway, that's all the projects I've got so far. I hope my friend likes how the glove is turning out. And again, goes to show you can take something cheap and actually make a nice little prop out of it. But I hope you guys enjoy the video. And stay tuned for that 900 subscriber video. I have not had time to do that because I've been so busy with some orders. This is just one of the orders I'm doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, stay sharp.